What's up, guys? We're back today with The Realm Volume... It's not a volume, it's an issue 10?
Yeah.
Issue 10. Yeah, I don't know about comics, man. It's tough out there for the week. But, this issue was a direct follow-up to issue 9, who would think. We have him captured by the bug creatures.
Yeah.
Spider bug
They have
creatures.
a certain name that they call them, but it's not like an official name. It's just like a... if anything, it's like something that they're just like, we're going to call you this to be offensive.
Yeah, so pretty much we have those creatures. They want to experiment on our main character to receive ultimate power.
Yeah.
We get to know a little bit more about his power. He can't really control it. We know what's inside his body. He does not activate his power in this issue.
No, which I still think I'm right, but I'll go back and make sure because I won't say it here. But I'm pretty sure if you look at the ending of issue 9 and then you look at the beginning of issue 10, something doesn't add up quite right. It felt like it didn't flow too well. But overall, it's basically a continuation of that scene. You get it played out. There is a little bit of fighting in this.
A little bit of fighting the other members of his search party, or adventurers party, I guess. They go deep into the dungeon
Thing, whatever you
layer of these spider creatures.
Temple.
Interesting things they find. They do find like this acid that dissolves everything.
Yeah.
And then they also find an amulet that apparently I don't remember exactly what it does, but it can like hurt Will or like stop him from using his power or something.
Yeah, because they get a lot of it's really weird because they go in and there's just like this treasure trove, or I guess it's not a treasure trove, but it's like a room full of like magical items, and they get all those. And then I'm surprising, like, the one guy, for the life of me, I can't remember his name. I just call him, he's like Idubbbz Mage, because for some reason he looks like Idubbbz to me. But, I know, weird reference. But, he picks up the amulet, and I'm wondering what his motivation is for picking up the amulet. He's just kind of like, this guy, I don't really trust him yet. I'm just going to pick this up, save this for later. But yeah, and I guess we get a little bit of peek of Nira and Eldridge.
Yeah, there's one conversation. We don't really know what she's done to track them yet.
I guess, I don't remember if they said it in the previous issue, but I believe they can somehow, resonate, like, the energy off of the artifact that they're carrying. And so that's how they're able to somewhat know their general area. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess the answer for everything is magic.
Magic, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we have Eldridge feeling sorry for himself. We get a little bit of a sneak peek at the Hunter team looking.
Which they're kind of close. They're coming in close.
Yeah, they're pretty close. And we'll see what happens if they meet. But we'll have to see specifically how powerful Lightning Mage is, because so far he's been pretty powerful.
Yeah, he's been pretty OP. The one thing I want to talk about is, what did you think of the length of this? Because I know, comics, they're only about around 30, maybe 40 pages an issue, but this one seemed like it was like probably 5 pages, because there's only, as you could probably tell with us summing up in like 3 minutes, there's not a whole lot that happens in this issue, which it's okay because it's still cool, like everything like that happens, but I just felt like, there's not more.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying with this series. Having to wait a month this whole time just to read.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's like, with Die, or like The Walking Dead, like the newest issue, like there was a lot that happened in those 30 pages. And this one, it felt like there was hardly anything that happened, which, happens sometimes. I think overall it was still pretty good, but I don't know. It's a little bit frustrating, I guess I could say, for this series. It's like one of those that I would say it's okay to wait for the volume, Yeah,
I think we referred back to that on our previous when we reviewed, I think 4 issues the last time. Yeah. It's okay definitely to wait for the volume for this one. I don't know. You think they're going to release one more issue before the volume comes out?
There's typically 6, I believe, 6 in a volume. So, and the last one was at 6 or the first volume. I think they might go to 7. So we're still a little ways away, because I think it'd have to be. You're gonna make me do the math here. Probably at least 3 months out.
Yeah, we'll have to investigate that.
I would say this is a good issue. I don't think it's technically worth picking up at the moment. I think I'd wait till next month so you have 2 to read because, I mean, the last issue kind of left off at a cliffhanger that you want to see more.
Yeah, this one somewhat solved it.
Yeah, this one solved like the immediate threat, but there's still, I don't know, it felt like last issue and this issue could have been combined somehow and maybe just trimmed out a few things. But I don't know. It's overall, I did like it because, you know, we get to see a back and forth a little bit, which I like with they don't just bottle things, but...
Bottle things.
Yeah. It's not the correct hand moment, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I totally understand where you're coming from with that. You talked about it being shorter. Yeah, well, not necessarily shorter, but not a lot of material in it. I did feel that as I read it, that there wasn't really a lot that happened. Mm-hmm. In its defense, there was dialogue, but I don't know how much the dialogue was eye-opening to the world or anything like that.
I feel like a lot of the things that the entity that, you know, had him pinned down was saying we got in, like, the previous issue. I don't know, it just felt like a lot of the dialogue felt reiterating of the things that we already knew. There was no new information, besides them getting, like, the amulet and the new supplies.
Yeah, overall, it was a good issue, I think. We didn't get to see any of the two other people.
Yeah, no, because like
we saw none of them.
That's what I mean, though.
Rook and the other guy, Shotgun.
It pisses me off because we haven't seen them because they're out on the road, and then the hunters are at the camp that everybody else or where they were at previously, you know, and I just feel like that would. I mean, they got to put something out there for you to be excited for the next issue, obviously, but I just felt like that could have waited, you know, and then they could have just.
Yeah, no, they could have brought it together. I also think that the cover was kind of out there. I don't understand what the purpose of it was.
With comics, it's kind of like one of those things where sometimes, like, it depends on, like, the author. Sometimes they just want a cool cover. You know, sometimes they're like, oh, this is something that actually happens in the issue. Or sometimes they're like, oh, this is a metaphor for, like, what's going on in the story. Don't read too much into that. But, yeah, it's for the author. I will say, though, this author, I do thank him for, like, his artistic design because it makes the thumbnails way easier.
Yeah, there we go. We already have the thumbnail made.
Thank you.
Rhino Creature.
Yeah. And there's also, like, I will say, though, if you guys pick up this issue, it is still a series that I think is really intriguing. I'm just sad that we don't get more of it, you know, because I want to learn more. So is the
essence of comics?
Yeah, it happens, especially when you find a newer one that doesn't have a backlog of things. But I will say, though, if you pick this up physically, it looks like there's some cool alternate covers that, if you're interested in that, check those out.
Yeah, go to your local Barnes & Noble and get a bunch of manly comics.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know if Barnes & Noble sells issue by issue.
I don't know.
I don't think they do. Well,
maybe if you live in New York.
I don't know. Maybe. They'd be like, oh, New York only paid $10 for a 30-page comic.
Exactly.
Thanks, buddy. All right, sorry. We've talked long enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll be back for the next one. And hopefully we got more.
We'll probably have more.
We'll probably have more. They're probably going to attack the village, so hype for
people will die. I'm hyped.
How many people that you care about so far do you think will die?
One.
One?
One. Lightning Mage or Kid, which doesn't really count, or Black Chick.
Yeah, because it's Viva.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll kill the leader of that camp?
I don't care about him.
Oh, seems all right.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. He seemed all right. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it for this video. We have a week of comics coming out this week. I don't know, before or after this video, we'll have several comic reviews coming out.
Yep.
Really excited for that kind of content.
I will say, we have several series that we do issue by issue, and I just want to put it here because this is a comic video, so it's related. We have a couple other series that we're reading volume by volume, just because there's either enough content or I think it'd just be easier since we hadn't started yet. So if you see some that pop up that they're volumes, note that we may not do that month to month, so there's going to be a bigger span in between those, but we're still going to bring them.
Yeah, this and Die 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 are probably the series we're going to do issue by issue for the most part.
Yeah, for sure. So,
later.